Well, here I am at Bonham State Park in Bonham, Texas, and I'm here to tell you that I had another great closing in Bonham, Texas, one of the cities in America that you can still afford to buy a house at a very reasonable price and be in a wonderful area. Bonham, Texas is so beautiful. I'm here at the state park, and you may hear an occasional scream because there's some kids out there having so much fun. It's priceless though, so if you hear them scream, it's awesome. They're out there paddleboarding. Anyways, I just wanted to come out here and tell you what a wonderful place Bonham is. If you're thinking about moving to Texas, getting out of one of those busier states, this is a beautiful place to live. There's 2 lakes out here. One of them is right behind me, and it's the State Park Lake. There's Bonham Lake, which you can actually buy a house and live on that lake. It's gorgeous. And there's a third one right now that's in the process of being filled. Boyd Ark. I know I'm going to say that wrong. Boys D Ark or Boyd Ark. Anyway, that's a new lake and new building and construction's going on out there. Also, cute as can be, downtown area, recently refurbished, or whatever you want to call it, the courthouse. And actually my brother Jeff helped on that project. I'm going to add that to the end of this video. When I drive back through the town, I'm going to stop and show you the courthouse because it's so cute. So cute. It's right in the middle of a square, and at the square you can go shopping. There's cute little boutiques. There's those kids. There's cute little boutiques and restaurants. And I promise you'd love it out here. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I probably should mention that there's beautiful trails here, and of course you know that I love to hike and bike the trails. I might get a little footage of that and add that onto this video here in just a second. Come on out to Bonham State Park and enjoy 8.75 miles of trails open to hikers and bikers. Did you guys know that hiking helps keep you calm and happy? Hiking also keeps your mind sharper than many other forms of exercise. Also, they have found that hiking can increase our creativity. I love that. I wanted to quickly show you the campground. You can choose from 20 campsites ranging from full hookups to tents with water and electricity. As promised, here is the Bonham Courthouse. It was originally built in 1889, but in 1929 there was a big fire on New Year's Eve and they lost the clock tower, and not until 2021 was it completely restored with a beautiful new clock tower. As mentioned before, my brother Jeffrey, he worked on this. Isn't it gorgeous? It's breathtaking. Just had to show you. And then across the street from the courthouse, you can have sushi in downtown Bonham, right on the square. My daughter Hannah and I ate at the Bamboo House once, and we loved it. It was so good. The food is just excellent. And then right next door to the Bamboo House is a nice store called Mercantile West. It's an artisan vendor boutique. They have a website. It's called mercantile-west.com, and they're located at 405 North Main Street in Bonham, Texas. I'm going to introduce you to a couple of really sweet, awesome ladies, and they're going to tell you all about what's going on this weekend at the shop. Hi, this is Laura and Sandra, and they're here to tell us about the
North Texas Yarn Crawl.
Yeah, crawl?
A crawl.
What's a crawl, Laura?
Well, it's where all of the vendors for yarn across North Texas get together once a year. We bring in trunk shows from people who have other yarn, not everybody might see in a yarn store. We have people who do jewelry or bags associated with yarn crafts, and you travel from shop to shop and you find cute deals, lots of fun people, you meet other yarn fanatics, and you, at the end, you're eligible. When you turn in your little passport, you get it stamped everywhere you go, and you turn it in, you're eligible for prizes from all the local shops.
And you're in the Mercantile West for
I
this.
am in the Mercantile West.
Which is on Main Street in Bonham.
That's right across from the courthouse.
Okay.
That's right.
How exciting is
Yes.
that? Well, I don't know how to knit yet, but I think I'm going to learn by
You
next
can
year.
probably learn. I bet I know somebody who does lessons.
Well, we may get Bob and Bill to learn also.
That's
How's
right.
that?
Bob and Bill need
Bob
to
and
do
Bill.
crochet or something while they're
Hey.
sitting here.
I can crochet. If I can crochet, you can crochet.
That's right.
My
It's
grandma taught me
stick
to
and a
crochet.
string. Come on, you can do it.
Yes. Well, thank you, ladies. And this is a beautiful shop.
Thank
the
you.
Mercantile
Thank you,
West
Debbie.
down at the square in Bonham, Texas.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Well, here I am inside the store. I wanted to show you inside of Sandra's store, Mercantile West. She's got 30 vendors. This is an artisan vendor boutique offering antiques, restored items, and unique boutique finds. You can come in here and find something for all your interests with all these beautiful and classic pieces. It's a collector's dreams. You can get items from today and from previous eras. Look at all the yarn. Beautiful, colorful, best yarn available. It's not just your local craft shop yarn. You've got to come on by. There's Laura. Hi. Oh gosh, I love macrame so much. Look at how beautiful this is. I would love to learn how to do macrame. One of these days I'm going to be a macrameer. Maybe in my retirement years. All right, let's journey on. I got to take you over to the Sam Rayburn Museum. Let's say goodbye to these wonderful people.
The gray water comes out of that tank ever so often. Thank you. You out of here?
Yes, thank
Be
you.
safe.
Thank you so much.
Bye, dear.
Bye-bye. All right, I can't leave Bonham without coming by and visiting Sam Rayburn. This is the Sam Rayburn Library. Sam Rayburn was born in Bonham. I'll drive by his house in a little bit. We'll close out the video by driving by his house after we look at Fort English. Anyway, Sam Rayburn was Speaker of the House in 1947 to 53. Let me see if I get this right. Again in 47 to 53, again in 55 to something, and then again in 59 or something to 1961. So
Okay, here we are pretty much right next door to the Sam Rayburn Library is Fort English. And we're going to go inside the gift shop. And I'm going to let Brian tell you all about Fort English.
Didn't go so good for him, you know what I mean? So anyway, so that was pretty cool.
and this is Brian, and he's going to tell us about Fort English.
Well, a lot of people don't realize how old Bonham actually is. Bailey English was coming here and hunting with his father as early as 1850. But he actually came in 1837 to live here because he got kicked out of Arkansas. Andrew Jackson gave his land to the Indians as a reservation. And then his wife was killed, and he finally said, to heck with this, I'm going to Texas. Because he knew there was abundant game, and where he actually built the first fort was right where the VA hospital is now. And he chose that area. You can tell when you drive there because it's lush, it's green, there's water, there's everything that you'd want to, you know, if you were building a homestead. So the problem was the Native Americans were here as well. And he got along fairly well with most of the local tribes. They traded more than they fought. There was a little bit of horse stealing, but a new tribe kind of was pushed into the area due to population pressure, and that was the Comanches. There was no getting along with the Comanches. The Comanches were a warrior culture. The greatest horsemen that ever lived. Comanche warriors were incredible horseback riders, could fight, shoot, everything off of a horseback. So they needed to build a fort. So they decided to build a 3-acre compound. They fenced in 3 acres. And when the Comanches were coming through in raids, because they were mobile, you know, they moved different areas, they would bring all the wagons and everyone would stay within this compound where they built the fort. And so I tell everyone we were the original RV park. So
That's
the
great.
old men would stay there and guard while the young men would go out in pairs, one guy with a gun and one guy farming. And the oldest graves in the Bonham Cemetery are from Indian attacks. in 1837. So I mean, it was pretty real situation. The fort that we know of was only attacked one time. It might have been more, but that's what was documented. And they did kill one Indian, and then the Indians were pretty smart about it. When they saw that the fort was going to be defended, they gave it up. And so, but 2 boys were kidnapped, and the Indians had them for about 6 months, and that really caused all the men in the area to mobilize, and they came up with about 200 men, and they basically made it less attractive for the Comanches to be in this area. And the Comanches, due to that and due to population, more and more people, GTT, gone to Texas, everyone in the 1840s was coming to Texas. They pushed further west, and that's Texas history in every John Wayne movie you ever saw, because there was a lot of clashing of cultures there.
Yeah.
And so the fort went kind of derelict. They weren't needing it anymore, and it attracted outlaws. Bonham was really good at producing outlaws in those days. And since the fort was made out of bodark, which is a local wood that is Bailey English wrote, he chose it as bulletproof because it's a dense wood. It doesn't rot. We've got pieces of the original fort right up there that are 185 years old, and so they tore it down and used it for barns and whatnot. So what we have here is a project that was built in 1976 as part of the bicentennial, or some type of a bicentennial project, which is a replica, which is actually the 3rd replica. There was another one built in 1936 that didn't last too long. And then the other buildings have been collected. The 2 cabins nearest the road are actually from a barn in Dodge City that had collapsed, and they are from the 1840s. They're 165 years old, and we rebuilt them, and so pretty interesting. And they're bodark, they didn't rot. And then we have some other outbuildings and things that have artifacts and a lot of fun stuff to see. So if you haven't been to the fort, or you haven't been in a while, there's some new stuff to see.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brian, for giving us a wonderful overview of Fort Ingish. Before I journeyed on, I wanted to stop and show you this beautiful iris. Brian planted a bunch around the tree out in front of Fort Ingish. So beautiful. As I said I would show you the Sam Rayburn House Museum as I left Bonham, Texas. This house was built in 1960, and it's where Sam Rayburn was born. Well, I don't know if he was born there, but he lived there.
Thanks you guys for watching my video about Bonham, Texas. I hope you liked all the cool little things that I showed you. All right, well, I'm signing out now and heading home. Well, going back to the office. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.